Well, g'day guys. We're here on a Monday again. We're currently just on the rogator doing some contract spraying for a neighbour. Got a bit of fun here with some crop dusters that are going either side of me. And yeah, so they're tag teaming it, filling up. So that one's heading back to fill up. So yeah, they don't actually go as low when they're spreading fertiliser. You just got to be a bit careful when you need to use the men's room. Yeah, when there's a couple of planes flying about. Bit of deja vu this week. Yeah, we're back on the linseed spraying it, and yeah, I didn't actually do a crop inspection as such last week when we were spraying the linseed. So yeah, this is it. For those that haven't seen, yeah, it gets probably about that high. It has pods on it, which has all the linseed in it. So you've probably seen linseed in different things. It's often in like multigrain bread. They're those little drop shaped brown shiny things, and yeah, so they're often in that sort of thing. Yeah, so the reason we are back here spraying is last spray was just a broadleaf spray, and you can see over here, you can see that one there, it's all droopy and sick. So because it was only a week ago, sometimes it takes a little bit longer for it than a week for it to work, but he's definitely sick. And yeah, so we're doing a grass spray this time. Now the reason we couldn't mix both of them together, even though the broadleaf spray we did won't kill the linseed, if we mixed it with all these grass sprays, the combination and just the stress could affect the linseed. So the linseed still, and any plant that you're spraying, it still has to process the chemical you're putting on it. Even though it mightn't affect it, it's still got to process that, and if you put too much in it for it to process, then yeah, it can kill it, or yeah, make it fairly sick. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good. There's a few patches that are water damaged, but yeah, all in all, it's quite good. We've got a bit of a channel that comes through here. Obviously, not much growing in there, but yeah, the majority of it is actually coming up really well and going really strong. So still a bit wet in patches, so yeah, the sprayer's not looking that clean. Yeah, hopefully we don't get bulbed, but I think we're setting a record this year for how many machines we can get bulbed. So yeah, why stop here? Righto guys, just so you're not under any illusions and think that we run a really tight ship here and some dodgy stuff doesn't happen from time to time. There's actually a fuse keeps blowing in this that it controls a few things, but one of the main things is it controls a neutral switch, which I can't fill up the tank unless it's in neutral. So I have, every time I want to fill up the tank, I've got to go and replace the fuse, and it doesn't blow until I start moving. So there's probably a rub wire or something somewhere, but don't have time to try to fix it, and don't know when we'll get time, but for the minute anyway, we've just got to keep going, and yeah, that's just what we've got to do. So yeah, it's not ideal, but this sort of stuff happens. And of course the fuse is in a, I've got the stash here of fuses, but yes, of course the fuse is in a annoying spot. Reach in and grab it out. There we go. The other thing it controls is the park switch. So obviously, because I'm not in the seat, it's beeping, but it should go out shortly. So I was just coming up to the other property to grab a bit of chemical that we were missing, and yeah, won't talk about this. Got the old man coming down to rescue me. It's a little bit embarrassing. Well guys, we got the linseed all sprayed, and yeah, all cleaned down, everything. The next crop we'll be going on to is wheat, possibly with the sprayer. So yeah, needed to really clean down all the chemical that was in it, otherwise we'd have some issues there. So that's all clean, ready to go. Yeah, so the boys are still down on the dozers, fixing those contours, and yeah, on the property that they're working on, and yeah, filling in some gullies. There's some big ones there, so I think Phil's got took a bit of footage of that.
Good afternoon guys, it's a lovely day here, just continuing to repair contours and extend contours and make new ones, and filling some big gullies. So we've got some GoPro footage there of us filling in. It was probably about 6 metres deep, so we're having fun.
Well, we are here at the development block. We're just doing a bit of work for a neighbour next door. But yeah, while we're nearby, just thought I'd have a bit of a look here at the wheat here at the development block. And yeah, it's actually looking really good. It's yeah, about nearly knee high, and yeah, it's loving life. It's big difference just in the last few days when we've had a couple of days of just warm weather with no rain or anything. So it's been yeah, loving it. It's just held it back a bit just with the constant rain we were having. But yeah, no, it's certainly loving life at the minute. Virtually moisture right under the surface in here, so we've got a fair while yet before we need more rain. But yeah, it's going well. Probably won't be long before we get the odd head forming inside the plant, and yeah, so it's just nice to see. Yeah, so that's the wheat we planted early, obviously at the right time. But this is some wheat, I think it was a few videos ago now. Yeah, we were just doing a bit of work with the dozers in this waterway. We just wanted a bit of cover over it, and yeah, just so it wasn't bare dirt. So yeah, it's obviously a long way behind and very late, but it's actually coming up quite nicely too. We are now on Instagram and Facebook. The link is in the description. We're still trying to work all that out, so yeah, bear with us for a few weeks while we get a few things sorted. So yeah, check them out, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.